T-cells. What are they? And why do we care enough to make a video about them? It's not like we have to. Sleepy T-cells are a type of immune cell that can become dormant under certain conditions, such as during periods of dramatic chronic infection or prolonged exposures to antigens. In general, the immune system of reptiles is similar to that of mammals, and T-cells play an important role in the immune response. When activated, T-cells can recognize and target specific antigens, including pathogens, such as bacteria and viruses. If sleepy T-cells are present in a lizard's immune system, it's possible they can contribute to a weaker immune system response. Or maybe even a decreased ability to fight off an infection. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, innate, adaptive. No, I'm not speaking Klingon. These are just some of the terms we'll be looking at in this wild world down under. May I present to you Group 5.
So here we have the Tequila rugosa. They're known as the sleeping lizard and are on the chunky side of most reptiles. It also looks like a pine cone. This species has a very interesting immune system.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there before you bore us to death. Like I always say, take chances and make mistakes. Letting you teach this by yourself would be my biggest mistake. So let's get back to this whole immune system thing. Reptiles have an immune system very different from us humans. While we both have innate and adaptive immunity, reptiles use their innate more than their adaptive.
I'm just gonna butt in right here.
Hey.
So just to make sure that we understand the difference between innate immunity and adaptive immunity, the best way to learn this is through
A demonstration!
This is adaptive immunity. With the ball and mitt, we see that we have specialized immune cells, which is the mitt, in the organism that will react to a specific foreign trespasser, which is the ball, and will destroy it. So now the cell will then emit certain cells to destroy that foreign trespasser. The main cells that attack these trespassers are lymphocytes, also known as white blood cells, and now we will see what innate immunity is, Miss Frizzle.
So now innate immunity is what we are born with. And so to demonstrate that, I have this umbrella. So me and this lizard, there we go, we are protected, if you will. Thank you. Now, as you can see, me and this purple lizard, we were protected by the umbrella, and the confetti was the immunity. Mr. Boring and this gray lizard were not protected because they did not have that innate immunity. Well, that was fun. Now that we have an idea about immunities, why don't we have our friends from down under tell us some more? Crikey, what do we have here? If it isn't my little critter friend, the sleepy lizard. Good day, little mate. This little fella's an amazing critter. Native to southern Australia, the sleepy lizard has adapted to this harsh environment due to evolution within its genome, as well as vertebrate speciation. Blimey! These lizards are one of the few squamate species to be known monogamous. They've been known to return to the same partner over the span of their lives, which is, can you believe it, 20 years! That's incredible! I do wonder, how does their gene mutation play a role in their immune system? Have a go, mate. Excellent question, mate. Let's send it back to Miss Frizzle and, what's his name? Dr. Boring. Now to answer Erwin's questions, like we heard at the beginning of the video, T-cells are important to immunity. They can recognize and target specific antigens, including pathogens such as bacteria and viruses. Now, what is interesting about the sleepy lizard is that the gamma delta T-cells have been deleted. Now, my friend Kimberly Morrissey over at PubMed says, it isn't quite understood what this deletion means for our scaly friends. However, this loss of a major section of the immune system, the squamates are a successful group and are thriving.
For how deletion occurs, when DNA recombination occurs, we have certain segments of the DNA that simply are removed from the DNA molecule. This can range from one nucleotide to the whole entire chromosome. So as we can see here, DNA deletion.
If this creature's deleted gene accounts for wound healing and immunity, how does this critter live in the wild, mate? Great question, Erwin. Since the deletion aids in wound healing, immune surveillance in the skin, and that they have both tumor-promoting and anti-tumor effects, the critter has no worries in the wild. The critter is able to live like everyone else. Crikey! So what you're saying is, instead of the fancy gamma delta cells that the gene would normally code for, the immune system makes up for it by using alpha beta cells in tissues and the innate immunity the lizard is born with. Right on, Erwin! As you would know it, genetic studies like this will contribute to conservation efforts. Wow! So what you're saying is, here in evolution, as we go from a chicken to a tar to the sleepy lizard, also known as squamates, we lose this vital
vital cell in the genome.
You're right on it, Stephen Irwin. In fact, the study of genetics could help to develop future vaccines for diseases and help maintain the population of other endangered species. The deletion seen in this lizard tells us how cells compensate and protect against disease, inflammation, and cancer.
Wowzers, what a roller coasters of emotions. But let's try to make it through a quick summary. Innate immunity. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's innate immunity. Adaptive immunity. Built up, like you, Buttercup. Or acquired. Gamma delta, deleted, like you should do with your browser history. Alpha beta, coming in hot to make up for that gamma delta deletion. And there we have it, folks. A little more insight on our sleepy Australian friend and its sleepy Australian genes. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Crikey.